All right, we are back with a really special edition of Meet the Team. Joining us live from headquarters in Chicago, Illinois, President of Revenue and Client Services, Walter Sledz. Walter, how are you?
I'm great, Jim. How you doing, man?
Good. I really appreciate you taking time to be with us today in this special edition of Meet the Team.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Great to talk to you, and excited to share with the viewers what's going on over here.
You look healthy. You look really good. You look like you're in great shape and doing well.
Yeah, right back at you. Yeah, try to, when I'm not, working here, try to take care of myself as best I can. Father time comes for us all, so I'm trying to hold them off as best I can.
Oh, believe me, brother, I know about Father Time. Anyway, well, it's good to see. I was thinking last night, I was like, who was the first when I started with NinjaTrader? It was like, I don't know, 3 years ago plus. Who was the first person that I work with? And it was you. You brought me in. You showed me the ropes, how everything's done at Ninja, which was different than my old operation. We started off pretty hot.
Yeah, it was. I think I remember going into the office and meeting you for the first time. And what I remember is you were doing very similar type webinars for the previous, and we talked a little bit about that and how you guys were showing people how to trade and all that stuff. So it's just really kind of cool to see remembering that back then and kind of the genesis and all that, and kind of seeing how it's playing out here now, and all the good work that yourself and Tom are doing on this thing.
Yeah, I don't think I ever thanked you for. I remember when I first showed up, you were like, "Here, come here. I got you a great workstation," and you sat me right next to the river. I had the window there looking down. It was beautiful.
You had a better view than I did. We were in the middle. The way the office is structured. Yeah. So I did what I could.
No, I appreciate it. I'll remember that. That'll be a life highlight. That
Yeah, for
seat, that
sure.
was pretty cool. I
For
kind of
sure.
miss it. We were talking yesterday. I totally miss the office. I miss interacting with all you guys. And you're kind of hybrid, right? You're in 3 days a week, something like that.
Yeah, we are. So the way that the business is structured, we have Mondays and Fridays are work from home days, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are in the office. Likely, in my opinion, the best way to do it. There's some arguments about work from home hybrid schedule, but having everyone in on those days together, I think fosters collaboration, all the things that you want, right, from working in person, and then also giving our employees the flexibility to, work from home when they can. And it's not just Mondays and Fridays. We also offer other additional work from home opportunities. But yeah, we're a hybrid office, and I think we're planning on staying that way.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, I was in the office full time for about 8, 9 months, something like that. Uh, the biggest regret I miss it. I hate working remote. I miss coming in. You could walk around. Marty's door would be open. You could say hi, Kavanaugh, Elliot. It was really a great environment. Still is.
Yeah, I think so. We do our best, obviously it's work, and, we try to do our best to make sure that we're creating experiences for our customers and giving them the best trading tools possible. But, we try to keep it light. We try to keep it fun, and, life's too short to work with jerks. So, we try to be,
Yeah.
make that a point. So.
Love that, man. So how did you get there? So you were there before I got there. I don't know how many years. What's your pathway? How did you get to NinjaTrader?
Yeah, so interesting. I had, before NinjaTrader, I was in B2P advertising, sales, publishing for 10 plus years. So, no trading experience, nothing, I guess, industry related prior to NinjaTrader. I was, working, like I said, in that industry in a sales capacity, built up a large sales team there, and, actually was looking kind of for a change in industry and such. And I've always been on I've always been attracted to investing in finance and things like that in my personal life. And funny enough, I met Elliot and Marty. Not sure exactly how it happened, but as I was going through the interview session, we just kind of hit it off, and I came on as I think the sales manager there. And I guess now it's been almost 8 years. So.
I mean, did you meet him randomly in a bar or something?
No,
Or
no, no, no. I know. I mean, no. The way, I mean, 8 years ago, and this is the father time talking here. It's, I think it was a situation where, you know, when I was looking for a change, there was multiple, you know, uh, paths I was considering and such like that. And then, just the way that I remember it is, going in for the interview, we had a different office at the time, didn't have the great view that you had here. But just meeting those guys and kind of just that, I really bought into the vision of the organization. They did a really good job of kind of not only saying like where the company's at, but laying out where the growth was going to be and what we were going to do for the retail trading business. And so that was the catalyst, I guess, for me kind of moving over here to NinjaTrader.
Got it. And you're originally from the Chicago land area.
Yeah, born and raised in Chicago, south suburbs. Oak Forest, go Bengals.
Yeah.
Then went down to University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and studied there for undergrad.
All right. So you make it to NinjaTrader, and you've had a couple of different roles over the years there, right?
Yeah, 100%. So I started, as I mentioned, in sales. So, sales onboarding, helping new customers get their accounts open and, all those things. And then moved into a number of different roles. I mean, for a period of time, I was overseeing our new accounts department on the application processing side, as well as the sales side, business development, oversaw a couple iterations of our client services team, right? And then very recently was integral in the retail prop space and kind of getting the platform there for some of those folks. And now I'm kind of in charge of like our customer facing team. So, anything that kind of touches the customer experience, trying to make sure that we, offer the best service support for our traders out there.
Yeah, and customer experience, it's really taken a paradigm leap forward. For many years, for dozens of years, it was the same equation, right? You'd fill out an application, you'd wait, you submit some supplemental information, and then here's your login, and good luck. Let us know if you need any help. Now it's completely something different.
Yeah, 100%. And I think a lot of that has to do with the great work that our product and our tech team does, right? I mean, they've really done a great job of, really creating a simplified experience for folks that want to get started with us, really make it a lot easier, to your point, to get onboarded with us, understand, what's necessary to get to those next stages, how to fund the accounts, all that kind of good stuff. So hats off to our tech team to kind of really improving that and making that easier for our customers.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it never really dawned on me to the magnitude that it did once I joined NinjaTrader that really retail futures trading should be accessible to everybody, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that we've really tried to focus on here at NinjaTrader is really kind of creating an experience that people are used to, not just in futures trading, but just in their general daily lives, interacting with businesses, online businesses, and things of that nature. We've undergone a lot of transitions throughout the years, obviously. But having that simplified experience was not something that every retail futures broker had, right? And doesn't to this day. There's a lot of places where people can trade that it's let's call it a little, old school or, vestigial type processes. And we've really made an effort here at the firm to create those experiences with people that, again, they're not just seeing at other futures brokers, but, that they're experiencing on, making it easier for people to interact and, with us in 2024 and getting the mobile experiences and all that stuff that they expect.
So I think you probably you were part of the transition probably when the micro futures became super popular, right? Did the micro futures really kind of spark something?
100%. In fact, I tell this story. I remember I was in Marty, our now CEO's office, and one of our for those that know, our trade desk, Pat, came into Marty's office and said, "You're not going to believe this. This is going to change everything." And he was so bullish on it. And, admittedly took, I think, at least myself, I'll speak for myself, a couple days or weeks to really kind of grasp exactly what he was talking about. But just lowering the barrier of entry, right, to the products and making them more accessible, reducing that margin requirement and, really kind of allowing folks to, for the retail trader to trade in a different way, right? I mean, the micros, allowing the scalability of micros, it was just really a game changer for not just NinjaTrader, but also our customer base. And you can see that now in terms of the products that people are trading and the split between folks that are trading micros and minis. It really just has, it really has brought futures trading to the retail public in a way that is accessible and scalable. So it was a game changer for sure.
Yeah, and I was skeptical, to be honest with you. I was, CME launches a lot of new products all the time. Some of them stick, some of them don't. And my initial thought was, oh, this is an exchange money grab, right? That was my initial thought. And boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, yeah, and there's right, and there's reason to be, I think sometimes, right, when new products are introduced. But I think what they got right about this one, and the CME does get some things right. I think making the product, starting the micros with the indexes was a real big help, right? Because people knew that product, right? And they knew that, this is, a tenth of the size of what I'm already used to. So it really just made it more accessible without kind of introducing the complexity of like a new market, because it essentially followed, exactly the same thing that they were used to.
Yeah, and we look for trade ideas in the morning, and me and Tom are doing our analysis. And the other thing that's different is the average true range today in a stock index future is way bigger than it was back in the day. So that means the micro, when you're in a trade, and again, it's a double-edged sword, right? But when you're in a trade, there could potentially be a lot of meat on the bone, right? Also a lot of risk, but a lot of meat on the bone just with these smaller size contracts because of that big range.
Yeah, 100%. And I think also too, right, the flexibility that the smaller contracts allow, right, scaling in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that wasn't available in the mini, but it's available to more retail traders with, as they're trying to grow their account balance.
Right, exactly, right, and it's you talk about more margin requirements versus the size of your capital, right? It's leverage is not your friend all the time, right? So the micros could come in and give you that extra kind of peace of mind, I guess.
Right, give you a little bit more cushion to let things ride a little further.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the challenges we had at my old joint, I'll call it my old joint, was ways to get support, ways for customers to get support, and we have all sorts of outlets now at NinjaTrader.
Yeah, 100%. I'm glad you brought that up. We do our best to really kind of meet our customers wherever they want to be met. So we do offer pretty much 24/7 technical support. We've got staff, throughout the day and into the weekends, 24/5 support for any kind of emergencies and things like that related to trades. And one of the things that we've really kind of focused on that side, on the client experience side, is providing a lot more self-service tools for folks. I think that's what, as we talked about earlier, what people expect nowadays is, that there is a subset of customers that would just rather get this, the help on their own. Obviously, we're always available to help if someone needs. So we've really focused a lot on, really creating a robust knowledge base. Really kind of, we've got our help guide for the desktop software that is really in depth, that where people can get lost in that. And then as far as adding in like the chat functionality into the software. So if people have questions right in their software, they can get right in the trading platform, they can get help via chat. We've got live agents on that. We've got, the chat bot that can serve up real quick answers. Phone support, throughout, all the, whenever the markets are live, we've got phone support, and email support as well. So, technical questions, real in-depth type things that, might require some kind of response in like a checklist of how to, solve or cure an issue, people can email. So, self-service tools, chat, phone, email. There's tons and tons of ways to get in touch with us.
Yeah, no, it's funny. We on the control panel for the desktop platform, there's that help button, and then
Right.
you could literally click on it to basically, in essence, send an email support question but that message gets sent to support. You could send your log files along with that. You could send a picture along with that. And I tell people, yeah, just go use that. Use that if you have a question that I can't answer or that somebody behind the scenes has to answer. And everybody rolls their eyes. Oh, email. And I'm like, no, no, no. You don't understand. You're going to get a response back very, very quickly.
Yeah, we measure it in minutes. So, typically you're getting a response back in, 15 minutes or less. And, it's usually a response that's going to solve your issue, right? And so that's a really good call out too, especially for those technical issues. The NinjaTrader software does provide really extensive log files and such. So our hope is that, we can identify the problem quickly, get people the support they need and get them back trading. So, but yeah, the email is a great channel for that. Like I said, a lot of our customers are utilizing our chat channel now. So we've got a whole team of people that are answering your emails. We're also available on our chat channel. And then you can always just pick up the phone. I think that's one of the things that kind of separates us from others is that you pick up the phone and you're going to talk to a real person who really knows what they're doing, an expert on the software that can help you out.
Yeah, no, no, that's awesome. And but there's a distinction between like trade desk and tech support, right?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's great to point out, Jim. I think a lot of times, when folks have issues in a trade, it's kind of confusing, maybe where they should go. And maybe just for the viewer's sake, I should, if anyone's ever in a trade or has any kind of order related question, like we have a 24/5 trade desk that's available. And that trade desk is there to, really, I think the way that they answer the phone is what's your account number to get you immediate help. Should you, have a position issue that you need to get out of or anything of that nature. So that's definitely the way to go there. For any kind of technical support or things like that may not require like, hey, I've got a position on and I can't manage this position. Typically our technical support desk is the right way to go. However, what hopefully people find is that regardless of the channel that they choose or, if they do erroneously, go one place as opposed to the other, we're going to get you over there real fast. But the difference is that the trade desk is there primarily to manage risk. And, think of it this way, it's kind of like a fire department. So if a lot of people are calling the fire department and they don't got a fire, you're kind of putting everyone else at risk that does have a fire. So, we not that we're, discouraging people from using that, but, just would ask that people are mindful about, when they're calling the trade desk with the technical support issue, there's other ways to get faster help and free that line up for people that need it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, I've needed the fire department and some of my bad trade ideas in the morning.
Yeah, I have some personal examples of I could use a personal fire department at times too. So
Yeah, no, no, that's awesome. No, and it's funny because, just behind the scenes, me and you could see the organizational structure and the staffing. It just seems like there's always like job openings.
yeah, and I'm glad to hear you point that out as well. I mean, we are definitely growing the organization and looking for really qualified individuals to help us grow. I mean, it's really no secret. And I know you guys talk about it on the show about, the tools and services that we're trying to put in place to help retail traders. And so when you think about how we're going to deliver on that promise, we need qualified individuals to help us. So we're hiring in a lot of product and tech roles to deliver features for, users out there. We're hiring in, client services, customer support roles to help out the traders when they need it. Tons and tons of hiring currently. I think we're, you can go to our careers page, like to your point, and just see a list of all these things that we're hiring. And the great thing from being in the office, we talked about like a little bit about the office culture here is that, I think we do a really good job of bringing on people that are, let's call it success minded, right? We have, just like every other business, we have core values and one of them is commit to customer success. And so what that means is that one of the things that we try to do when we make decisions or when we hire folks is bring people on that are going to help retail traders be successful in a very challenging environment. And so while we do have a lot of openings and we're adding to the business and growing and scaling, we try to be really mindful that we hire folks with those values. And so, yeah, it's a really great time for the business.
Yeah. Well, I'll attest. Like the environment in the office, the attitude in the office, just the whole spirit of the place. It comes from Marty, the CEO, down. I mean, it's glass half full. It's energy. It's fun. It's just a very unique office place.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, that is not just Marty down. I totally agree, but it's also bottom up too, right? I mean, it's the folks that people are interacting with when they call our client service desk, right? It's people, you know, that are behind the scenes building product. It's, you know, we've got a lot of really passionate, really smart people at the organization. And you know, as I mentioned, when we're staffing and you know, trying to fill roles, there's a lot of really good examples. You know, I can think of times where, hey, we need another person that is like Anna, or we need another person that is like Jim, you know, to help us out, because we've got a lot of really good examples of some really great people. And our culture is kind of only, I mean, I think any business's culture is just a reflection of their people and who they bring on. And so, yeah, so I'm glad you thought of that. And I got to be honest, I miss you in the office. I talking to you here for a while. Like I wish you were broadcasting from the office next to mine.
Yeah, no, I wish I was as well. You know, and there's a lot, you know, the interdepartment, I'm going to say this wrong. The interdepartment cooperation is amazing. We started working closer with as an example, Ryan Krebs, you know,
Yeah.
on the eco side, and he's been on our shows now on a regular basis, and he's providing us you know, leads on guests, right? Some, hey Jim, this gotta be a great guest on your show, and all this stuff. And that wasn't mandated by anybody. That just happened naturally.
100%. In fact, I remember when it happened, they're like, hey, you know, I think Ryan might be able to, yeah, let's see, let's get him on. And I'm super happy to hear that. I mean, in particular, Ryan's a great guy, really, really knowledgeable about trading, really passionate. He's one of those guys when you think about commit to customer success, right? You know, he's on the business development side, so he's looking for folks that are, you know, building tools, building additions to NinjaTrader to kind of add functionality to the software. And he's super passionate about trading. He loves futures, and just really happy that he's. I know that he was excited about it. I know that I'm glad that you know, we've been able to bring him on here and showcase it a little bit more. And admittedly, there's Ryans throughout the organization. You know, again, there's a ton of people out that we have on the staff that are, you know, just as passionate about trading and just as passionate about making sure that our customers are successful.
Yeah, I mean, Ed Jerkin in the same vein has been with us. Michael Ann has been great communicating with us. Patrick Hodges, it's terrific to have you know, folks coming from other places. You know, when a new person starts, they'll find us on LinkedIn and say hi to me. That alone is like, all right, this is a friendly place to be. You know, here's this old guy, Jim, who's in a, you know, remote somewhere talking, who knows what he says all day long. And then a new person in tech might say, hey, Jim, on LinkedIn. And that's like, all right, this is a good culture.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm really glad to hear that. And you know, again, you know, the ways that we're able to, you know, what we talked a little bit about the hybrid environment, but you know, we've got a number of remote employees and folks, you know, like yourself that are adding value to the business and to our customers, and keeping everyone connected is another priority. So, you know, it's interesting. We actually have an employee engagement department here as well. So they host like happy hours, and you know, I think this one is a virtual happy hour. It's like a trivia. So not only folks in Chicago, you know, other employees throughout the country and in other countries could participate. So it is something that we take pretty seriously. And yeah, and hopefully that comes across to the customers as well, right? And hopefully people, you know, see that when they interact with us, that there's a lot of hopefully really happy people here and that are really passionate about what they do.
Yeah, no, for sure. So let me change subjects a little bit. We got a little sneak preview from Greco. I guess there's a move afoot with the mobile app.
There is. So, I don't want to steal any of Greco and products thunder there, but from what I've seen, it's a real game changer in terms of the capabilities of the mobile app for NinjaTrader. So, we've done a lot. Mark and team have done a lot of extensive user testing, really trying to figure out exactly what it is that our customers want in a mobile trading experience. So everything's redesigned, easier to use, right? While not kind of sacrificing any functionality or some of the tools that people expect from NinjaTrader. So everything that I've seen, I've been blown away by. We're really excited about it internally. I know that we're kind of champing at the bit a little bit here to kind of get it in everyone's hands, but the wait will be worth it. Just really excited about the new mobile app.
Yeah, I mean the existing one's fine too, but I mean me and Mrs. Keggs will literally, every once in a while we'll walk down to the brew pub. I got this micro brewery within walking distance. We'll take the dog, it's a dog and kid friendly place, and I'll go there. And much to her chagrin, I'll be like popping up that, because the Globex sessions is already open, right? I'll be popping
Right.
up that mobile app, looking at stuff, and she'll put that phone down, and I'll be looking again. It's really convenient for somebody who wants to be engaged all the time.
100%. And I think that's really where the benefit comes. I mean, that we're currently and in the future, we're designing the app so people can trade using the mobile app, right? But there's a lot of folks that, have a desktop setup and, want to use, but they want to take their positions with them, so to speak, right? And so having a mobile app that not only allows them to stay engaged, as to your point, when you're getting a beer with the dog, but, also gives them the flexibility to place orders and to use some of the tools that are available in that, that full flagship desktop platform as well. Super important. And, we talked about, connectivity and things of that nature. People, everyone's got their cell phone on them. So creating an experience like that, not to say that the current one is, but it's going to be I think a really big step up for our customers.
Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to that. But there's all these tech people running around that I didn't know. I went to the Christmas party last year, and I thought I knew 80% of the people, right? I thought, I'm going to know almost everybody. There were so many people there I didn't know, and then, my whole night was, "Hi, my name's Jim Kigney. Nice to meet you. Hi, my name's Jim Kigney. Nice to meet you." And I can't wait till December for the next one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was first of all, a great night. Very memorable. Just great seeing everyone, especially with, having a kind of distributed workforce and people coming in for that. I think another thing was great is that we, NinjaTrader flew everyone in and took care of everyone, got everyone together. We do our best to, stay and say hi. And, I think it's a little bit more difficult for folks that are remote like yourself. And, but yeah, the pace of the new faces is really, let's call it, difficult to keep up with. I think one thing that's constantly impressed me is like when I do introduce myself or people introduce themselves to me, just the level of talent, right? And just the folks that we're bringing onto the organization, just really, really impressive. So yeah, lots of new faces, hard to keep up with them all, but all really great people that we're hopefully bringing to the team.
Yeah, just one last point on that note. Everyone's accessible, right? So, you could talk to anybody. There's, the official chain of command, the hierarchy. It's, this is an organization where you could talk to anybody, anywhere. It makes it a kind of I don't know, a more information exchange centric organization.
Yeah, and I think that's right. I think that when you think about how the business is structured, we do really put an emphasis on open communication. People try to say that, like, and I know I think we do a good job as best we can to like really live that. And so, people will stop in and, Marty's here in the office, our CEO, people, he'll
Yeah.
be out in the kitchen and things of that nature. And we do really try to invite not just those, professional conversations, but also those personal conversations as well. We take that pretty seriously.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I said it earlier, it's, you spend a lot of time with the folks you work with, and you really don't want to work in a place that is,
Yeah.
doesn't have that kind of environment.
Yeah. And you get better results when you're happy, right?
Yeah. And the customers, I think, benefit from it as well, right? Because they see that, and hopefully they feel that coming from us as well.
Yeah. So I have one more thing that's weighing on my mind here. One more question for you. Does the Illini have a chance against Nebraska this weekend?
I don't know. Listen, I I get disproportionately emotional over my football teams. It feels like they're setting me up to let me down. However, I'm super bullish on this, that, Bielema's got what seems to be like his squad. Defense is still strong. This Fagan kid is amazing.
Yeah.
I think he's like 260 pounds or something like that. He reminds me of like another past Illini Mendenhall, but maybe even better. But then you got this, this kid, this quarterback in Nebraska, who I think was like, if there was a 6-star recruit, I think he would have been a 6-star recruit, right? And so we'll see. It's on my schedule in multiple places for 7:00 tomorrow. So I will be either very happy or very disappointed.
All right. Well, for this one, I could root for you. I'm a Northern Yankee now. I'm sorry, I'm Southern Yankee now. So I've got to go with SEC teams.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine. That's fine. I don't listen. You do what you got to do. Yeah, it probably makes you happier anyway, because between the Bears and the Illini and Cubs, it's pretty rough being a Illinois Chicago sports fan. So
yeah, no, I hear you, man. Well, listen, I know you're super busy. I know we went a little bit over, but I appreciate spending the time with us, giving us some updates. Great conversation. Hopefully we'll get you back on here sooner than later.
yeah, it's always great to talk to you guys, and really love to see what you guys are doing over here. It's just fantastic, and yeah, glad to be here, and thanks for the invite.
The following presentation is for educational purposes only. All the symbols, trading ideas, and market commentary are for educational and demonstrational purposes only and are not recommendations or trading advice. Live sample trading occurs in a simulated environment. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. All the information and content presented is provided by NinjaTrader LLC, and the opinions expressed by all third-party guests are their own and are not necessarily those of NinjaTrader LLC. Trading futures involves substantial risk and may not be suitable for everyone, and trading futures can result in losses greater than the initial required margin. Traders should only trade futures with risk capital. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose without jeopardizing your financial security or current lifestyle. You can find additional disclosure information on the NinjaTrader website.